Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Avacyn Restored set review. Today is our last episode.
The final one!
Brad, it's been a fun week, man.
It's been enjoyable.
It's been awesome. I'm having fun because we're talking about Avacyn Restored. We're talking about Magic cards, and today we're going over all the green cards, all the artifacts, and the golds, and the land. It's going to be a big one, guys.
Even the basics.
Holy cow. Let's get started with Abundant Growth. Yes, I misread this card. I thought it was Wild Growth, and I kind of wigged out on Twitter, and then like 800 people were just like, hey...
Yeah, it's not out of mana.
Yob, yob, yob. Like, it's not Wild Growth. It's not Wild Growth. It's fine.
It's still... I think this is gonna make some decks. Like,
yeah?
I don't really know what... We've never seen this before. It fixes you, and it cantrip. So, like, it gets you a card deeper, and it can fix some really shaky mana bases. So, I don't know.
So, it's Prismatic Lens for...
I mean, I'm playing a 5-color control deck where I'm splashing green, so I can't really do that. But
you play a 5-color deck that splashes green? It doesn't like have green as its linchpin?
No. It just splashes for Ancient Grudge and Ray Revelation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those cards are good.
Yeah. So, but I think this card could see some play, but I mean,
well, when you put on like a non-terrible ability and it draws you a card, so it's going to replace itself.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you automatically have a card that's a lot more playable than it would be if it didn't have that magic
yeah.
draw a card on it.
Fixes mana, draws cards. Good enough.
Sounds okay to me. Blessings of Nature. Distribute some counters. I mean, even for 5 mana in limited, this is going to be awesome.
No, this is insane in limited.
Yeah.
This I went like this, like, because I want to play against it. Like,
oh my god. Remember
it's
that
uncommon.
vampire that does the damage?
Yeah.
You know, the counters on it?
Yeah.
Blessings of Nature is okay
I
with
mean,
this.
this is just the... I mean...
Talk about a blowout.
Early in the game, you just hit it off the top, and you're like, all right, I'll just make these big guys. And... You can't do anything. Late in the game, distributing the counters like is really skillful. Early in the game, it's just like, I'll just make this big guy. Blah.
Yay! +4/+4.
Oh, my guy's already hexproof. Sweet.
Oh my god, that card's gonna be fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Borderland Ranger.
We've been there. We've talked about these cards before. They're all awesome because they fix your mana, they block, they attack, and because this like set is so slow. Like this is your beatdown. This is like you're like somebody's gonna go up to you and be like, oh man. Because Borderland Ranger on turn 3,
no.
he won beatdown. He dealt 6 to me before I did anything.
Oh, nice Borderland Ranger, Brock. Oh,
yeah.
Like Flores is doing like backflips over this thing.
Oh well,
because he loves that card.
I like these cards too. Like they fix your mana base. They trade. They're really good in like Birthing Pod to ramp your Birthing Pod decks up when you want to play 4 colors. So like. Card's sweet, and like, look at how smug he is. He's like, yeah, I'm awesome. He knows it. He knows it. Like
bad mofo.
The first time he came around, he's like, I don't know how cool I am. Now he knows.
He's cool like that.
Yeah,
definitely cool like that. So the Bower Passage. What's the Bower Passage? Well, it's an enchantment where creatures with flying can't block creatures you control.
Yeah. I just wish it was called Burrow. First time I saw it, like, wouldn't it be cool if the creatures just built their own tunnels to get around them?
Built little tunnels.
Yeah. But they use the trees. That
tunnel
makes sense.
Tokens, and then go into the tunnel tokens.
Yeah, birds sit in trees. Come on, they can go through trees. Doesn't make sense to me.
Come on, these magic cards aren't making sense.
Ah,
Champion of Lamholt.
Awesome.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know where it's going to go, but
it's got an ability that is like
super powerful.
Super powerful.
The thing about this card that I don't actually want to like Lingering Souls with it. I just want to put a sword on it. Like, I don't actually need it to impact the other creatures. I just want to attack with this guy and just make him bigger than my opponent's creatures. Sure, it's a bonus that all your guys get this ability, but just putting a sword on him lets you alpha through a lot of these token strategies.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it lets you alpha through a lot of things. I mean, if you can just, put guys on the board, you're going to have the ability to, like, just not let them block your guys ever.
Fire breather guy?
Guy's good.
I know. I like this guy.
I like him. Crater Hoof Behemoth. I've already gushed all over this guy in the Magic Show. I mean, this guy is
so
ridiculous.
Huge. Yeah. My favorite thing about this guy is if you play a bunch of ramp and you play a bunch of like creatures,
just like little mana dorks.
The mana dorks can be big when you have a ton of them, and
I mean, yes, you're going to have the mana dorks untapped when you play them, so you can get all this bonus. But like, if he is okay, like, jeez, GG's. Like,
he's a big investment, but once you get there, like the ability is just overwhelming. Like 6 guys plus him is like a million. I don't even know. I don't want to count that. It's like a million. It's probably closer to 1 million than 0.
Closer. One. Extreme. Descendant's Path. Worst start in the set?
What?
Worst start?
Cool start.
Coolest.
I like it.
It's a weird little art.
I know. This is the
thingy.
kind of art that I like.
It's kind of. I mean, I love Therese Nielsen. I was just like,
Therese Nielsen is like one of my favorite artists in Magic.
it's different. The little girl is what's always throwing me. But I mean,
And
it's trying to show like this
that's every
family
movie.
and the thing. And
That's everything though. That's movies. That's things. It's always the little girl that gets you.
every time.
Every scary movie, she's the scariest.
Well, yeah. Poltergeist and Exorcist and
Yeah.
okay, fine.
Yeah.
But what I had said in the show, and I still believe, is that it is one of the best casual cards in the set.
Oh yeah.
For those who love, merfolk and elves and goblins. And
These are
whatever
the
it
cards
is.
that get people excited. They're like, how can we break this?
Yeah.
Well, if we have X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, C, Emrakul.
Yay! Challenge accepted. Diregraph Escort is a green 1/1 that gives them protection from zombies.
I saw the art. I saw the mana cost. I saw Soulbound.
And you were like,
There's no way. I didn't think there was any way it could be as bad as it actually is.
well, they had to make a bad soulbond creature, and
No, make them all awesome.
well, you can't make them all awesome. Because
Man, some creature's going to come into play and he's going to be like, yeah, there's Soulbound at play. What am I? Not you
No,
again.
no, I ain't pairing with
No,
you.
no, no,
I
get
don't
away.
want to be paired with you.
Aw.
I don't want to be called paired with you. It's terrible. Now, Druid's Familiar is more like what I was expecting to do. I'm actually a little shocked that there wasn't a green 1/1 that had Soul Bond of each pair
one,
gets
plus
+1/+1. I was like, that makes sense to me. Now, yes, they made it 4 mana and 2/2 and +2/+2, and that's good and all. I'm just a little shocked that I think that 1/1 zombie guy should have just been the +1/+1 guy.
Yeah.
And this Druid's Familiar could have done anything else. But I don't know. It's just like Young Wolf, is a 1/1 for
Yeah.
1 has Undying. You would expect a 1/1 Soul Bond.
I actually now have another rules question I have to ask you.
Uh-oh.
Can 2 Soulbound creatures Soulbound with both of their abilities?
Yeah, because they're unpaired.
So if you do 2 of those, then they're 3/3s?
What?
So if you do, if we had the
If
one.
you had, if that was,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if he pairs with if the bear pairs with another bear, they're 6/6s.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
'cause they
more
can-
you know.
So I think Druid's Familiar is cool. I think it's super playable. It's just a good 4-drop.
Yeah, no, this guy's
Eliminate.
great. Like, he's going to come into play almost all the time as a 4/4 because you want to, like, giving a +2/+2 ability is not like giving First Strike or Flying or Lifelink. Like, those are utility. This is just beats.
Yeah.
So you're usually going to want to make your 3/3 bigger and attack with it because if it trades, then not only is he better
Now
off
unpaired.
against removal. Yeah, he's paired up, so he's doesn't die to removal.
Right.
But once like that combat damage, the guy that dealt combat damage, or if you traded, I'm saying this, so I'm butchering this. So let me start that over again. So if you pair with your 3-drop, you're going to want to get the damage in, and then if he dies, you don't care because you get to bonus on another guy.
There we
and
go.
it protects the bear. And scene.
Okay. Druid's Repository. I think this is a super cool Johnny card. I think that Johnnies all around the world want to break this card. They want to figure out how to break this card. It is not breakable in Standard, I don't think. I kind of hope it's not breakable in Standard because it feels like a weird card to
There's no way.
to be
Don't
actually
worry.
competitive. But it's it's cute.
It's cute. I mean, I don't know. I'm not good at building these crazy decks. So like,
I'm not that-
I wish I was because I want to be up here and tell people what they should do with this card. But I'm like, nope, you're telling me. I have no idea what you want to do with this
Well,
card.
I mean, I think you put the scenario of 1-drop, 2-drop, Druid's Repository.
X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, ever cool.
Ta-da! Look, you have to build something. You got to say something. What does it do? Well, it adds some mana. And what do you do with the mana? You cast the things.
Yeah.
Champion, gather this thing, Primeval Titan next turn.
I think I'd rather just ramp into it.
Best name of the set.
Oh, for sure.
Eaten by spiders.
I hate spiders.
I do too, and this is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What happened to you? Don't ask.
Don't ask.
It's just,
what's
it's
the
all
best?
freaky looking.
You know what's the
and
best
it's
is
being eaten by spiders.
Think of the guy that got eaten by spiders, then became a spirit, and then got eaten by spiders again. It's like, I'm a spirit. I can't even die to spiders.
Quit. What are you biting? I don't understand it.
But yeah, this card's great. Like, I don't really understand the equipment because there's not much equipment. So like that more seems like a standard ability.
Spiders eat artifacts.
Well, that's fine. I don't care about the flavor on that, but like, there's not many equipments in this set, so destroying the equipment I think might be a way to hit swords. I don't know.
I
feel like this card was ready. Like these spiders were like, yeah, I'm gonna get me some Squadron Hawks and some swords, and then they were just like too late.
Oh, Well, I think that whoever writes the flavor text are very proud of themselves for using the word accoutrements. Is that what that? Has I used that? Really?
I don't know what that word is.
I've never seen it, but I'm impressed. And give it the golf clap. Flowering lumber knot, because they try to explain the spiders eating the artifacts in the flavor text.
Yeah.
Flowering lumber knot is, one of those cards that has to, have the drawback of needing the mechanic.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's a cool card. I mean, do you think it's actually playable in limited?
Why not? Like, if you have a ton of soulbound creatures, like, if
I mean, you'd have to have sort of a certain threshold, right?
Yeah, I think you'd have to have, like, 12 or more.
Soulbond?
Yeah.
Really? Wow, that seems like a lot.
At least 10, wouldn't you, if you want to, like, fill them with lumber nuts?
I mean, I want lumber knot to work, but like, man, that feels like you're asking a whole lot. I'm thinking like if you have 5 or 6, maybe, but that
No,
I think that's,
you need more
but
than
that's-
5 or 6.
Right, I know you would need that one,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is that like I think they've designed it where you're only going to have about 5 to 8, and then you have this guy.
Well,
who's
no,
just-
because, like, think about if you just pick up all the lumber nuts and all the 1/1 crappy pro zombies.
Yeah, crappy pro zombie. Yeah, but do you really want to play the crappy pro zombie guy for this?
If I have like a bunch of these, this is a
good
over-
pass out
It's
because people will devalue it.
That's what I
won't
mean.
care, and-
You're either gonna want it or not,
Yeah.
and you're gonna want all the bad soulbound guys. And 5/5 for 4 is very big in this set. Very big.
Oh yeah, it's huge. It's ridiculous. But of course, you need the other piece to make it happen.
And I think you can draft around it and figure a way to do it. Now I don't know how it's going to be when you're playing against like blue decks. I think you could get tempoed out a lot, but I think that is a strategy.
Sure.
I hope it is. At least I hope it's a strategy.
Sure. Well, Geist Trappers, like, I really wanted that to be a spider. Why is that not a spider? Why is that dudes? I don't want human guys. I want a spider that teams up, and then you guys are both spiders.
Yeah, that's true. That would be way cooler.
I thought that would be cool. Like, you guys both build webs and...
Wizards, what are you doing?
Come on. All right, fine. It's a fine man. 5 mana for a 3/5 reach.
Yeah, you want to talk about the sweetest card ever? This Gloom. Oh, I miss Gloom Widow.
I
and it's
love
back.
Gloom Widow.
So good.
That's a good card.
Yeah.
No one's going to be respecting this at first who didn't play back in Shadow more. This card's sweet.
Yeah, respect this card. You don't need to block the ground, guys. You just attack with this one.
3 mana for a 3/3. Get you
Awesome.
all day long. Grounded. You ain't flying. You think you're flying.
I don't get why. This is how Wizards trolls us. They give us the most unplayable green enchantment every set, and we all know they're terrible, and we all don't touch them. But they're They're more humiliating than the last. When it blocks Gain Through Life, it loses flying. They're just like,
Well, you got to make the bad cards.
but
And
it's always the same thing.
it has to be because they're all bad.
Give us like, it's not a green enchantment.
Howlgeist is next. 6 mana for a 4/2. Undying. Creatures with power less than it can't block it.
Yeah, Vampire Stalker already proved to us. I think it's Vampire Stalker. I don't remember the 4/1.
Heart, something Heath
Stalker Vampire.
whatever. The 5-drop
4/1.
4/1
Yeah.
Undying guy was good.
Yeah, and they proved, we all got proved wrong because we all didn't like that respected card, and then it was actually pretty decent.
Near Heath Stalker.
Near Heath Stalker. Wow, why'd you pull that one out?
Whoop! Just right out of the brain. And Howlgeist just has this awesome, you can't block it,
Yeah.
when the creatures have less power than it. So, its 2 toughness isn't quite as bad because only 4 power above is going to be blocking it. So
This card's good.
this card is pretty solid and
Scary art.
worth the 6 mana, and that's a freaky looking wolf. I love Joint Assault. I love cards that really just play into the mechanic of the set.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since Kodama's Might and all that stuff, that just every time you have a set mechanic, I want to see the pump spell that plays into it.
Blowout this card can be when creatures are together. Mm-hmm. Both creatures get +2/+2. Like, think of
when you block the pair against the green deck,
Yeah.
you better be crossing your fingers because this could get real ugly real fast.
oh man,
Boom. Laird Elf says 3 mana, reveal the top 2 cards of your library. All creatures and lands go into your hand, the rest on the bottom.
I mean, didn't they already prinт this card but way better before?
They printed it
Like
a
land
variety
or
of
whatever.
ways
Yeah,
and a variety of
It was
better
the shards
ways.
one where you could put a creature and a land out and reveal the top
Yeah, it was like
4.
top 5, wasn't
Top
it?
5, and you can reveal any one creature and one land.
1 creature on 1 land. This
Yeah.
one says all.
So
but
if it's 2 lands, you get them. If it's like, odds are you're going to end up getting more than 1 card out of it, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
In a limited deck, you're running 17 lands and like 12 to 15 creatures, so only 10 cards are probably spells. This one you're casting, so that's less. So like, you're gonna get more than a card out of this most of the time.
But I don't. Yeah, this
It's
is just
still
not a
not that
card
great.
that I want to really play. Natural End, another naturalized variant. Let's gain 3 life.
Boo.
I
Why
mean,
do
you
they have to do the
need
same?
it. You know you need it.
Well,
You know you
yeah,
need
but
it.
why
for
do we-
limited you need it
But why do we have to gain all this stupid life?
because they wanted to not reprint naturalized for the 400th time.
Why? It's so. Yeah.
It's
I like
so
naturalized.
standard. I love naturalized, but I'm fine with interesting tweaks.
Sure.
Tweaks are cute. Nettle Swine is a 4-mana 4/3.
It's so awesome. Like, look.
Look
I like
at
how
that
it looks.
freaking art, man.
Yeah, I like a 4/3 on a 4 body. I've always liked that.
What is going on with
yeah,
that
I
thing's
know.
hair? I don't understand
He's
it.
like part tree.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, is there a tree on his head growing outward?
But
Okay.
yeah, I like vanilla 4/3s for 4 because 4/4s for 4 usually are a little bit too powerful.
Yeah.
And so
Or
I like
particularly
this
for
card.
4 mana.
Yeah.
It's particularly for a green and 3 colorless.
Yeah.
2 green and 2 colorless normally. However, Nightshade Peddler, you got Death Touch.
This guy's awesome.
I have Trixies.
Yeah. I give other guys death touch, they block, and
The
I
blue
get more
green,
death touch.
white green, flickery filled goodness is going to be insane.
Yeah, this card is either going to be in the bottom 5 cards of your deck or the top 5, depending on how cool your deck is.
Woo.
And how tricky you want to be.
This
So,
is the one I want to pair up with the Lumberknot, with the Flowering Lumberknot, the 5/5.
Why?
Because it's good.
I want to give him first strike, flying, lifelink,
Because it's green.
but it doesn't need death touch.
It doesn't need it.
It doesn't even. It can't use
It's
it.
just paired. I would just rather have this guy than the zombie guy. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
As a soul
'cause
bond
in
guy,
your deck. Yeah,
I want this soul bond guy versus the zombie guy with the Lumberknot.
Sure.
That's what I want to fill the deck with. Now the Pathbreaker Worm is a crawl worm that gives him trample.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think trample is like.
It
It only goes on him. Like if he's gonna pair with another big monster, you're probably winning anyway.
Yeah, I mean he's sort of like a little over the top. Trample's
Yeah.
not really. I mean I think I would rather have trample on like the 2-mana guy, because I think it scales up well from there
Yes.
versus the 6-mana guy where you've already probably got.
But these all make sense.
Yeah, I mean of course it's nice that the crawl worm. It
Yeah.
all logically makes sense. The crawl
Yeah.
worm has the soul bond ability. Primal Surge. I love Kenny Mayer, and he's an awesome guy, and he plays the cube, and he designs the cube, but he was just like, is this better than Genesis Wave? And like every cube person that was friends with him on Facebook was like, no, this is nowhere close to Genesis Wave.
No.
And it costs 10 mana. Wow.
We thought of like Magic Christmas Land when you just fill a deck with 3 Primal Surges, and you have like 1 Urabrask or maybe 3 to get to, hopefully, and then you have like the Behemoth, and you just keep milling over and giving them all hastes.
Yeah, like this is a card that once they cost this much, you have to ask yourself, how do I cheat it? How do I run it out there and don't have to pay 10 mana? And there's a reason they're 10 mana, and there's a reason there's
It's
waste.
mythic.
Yeah.
Yucky.
I mean, it's. I like that it's mythic in that it's like a huge, ridiculous spell
Yeah.
that does huge, ridiculous things. But please don't let me pull one of these in sealed. Right. Now that's an interesting question. Is this 100% unplayable in sealed? If you play this thing in sealed, congratulations, because it's not going to be a permanent card. And you're just going to hate life. You're going to flip over a sorcery and just.
It's gonna be like a new player, and they're like, "This card's sweet," and then they start playing the game. And they're like, "Oh wait, you only draw 7 cards to start the game? How do I ever get to this?"
Man. Rain of Thorns gives you options.
Yeah, I
Choose
like this.
one or more.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
you can destroy an enchantment, an artifact, and a land.
Yeah, or all 3. I
Yeah.
think that's sweet.
Yeah,
I
I
love
think
I
this
love
is
the
good.
words or more.
Yeah, you've never seen or more on there.
You have not. It's
No.
always choose one. It's never
Or choose one or both.
Yeah,
One
exactly.
or both.
Never or more.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I like that. Revenge
part-
of the Hunted. Good.
I have a
Blowout.
big problem, not with this card, but that the 2 miracle cards in green were both pump spells. Why? Why Wizards? Why can't you? I understand that green is all about pump, but we
What would
also
they do though? What would they do as miracle cards?
someone gave me the idea where it would be a 2 colors green rampant growth, miracle 0.
No.
Why?
No, you don't want that on your first turn.
Why not? You can't
'Cause that's-
manipulate. That's insane.
It's just unfair.
No, it isn't. It's just a Birds of Paradise.
For free.
Yeah. I bet it costs 3 mana, and that's a really bad rampant growth.
I mean, you'd have to make it cost at least a green.
It's no.
You don't want 0.
I would like 0.
It's like, you draw your opening 7 and he says go and you just like flip it over.
Then you have a rampant growth.
For free.
Yeah. That card's awesome. That would be a rare.
Card is broken. What are you
It's
talking
not
about?
broken. How many games is that going to actually happen on turn 0?
How many games do you want it to happen on turn 0, and how many do you lose in which that actually happens?
I don't know.
I bet it's a small number that you're going to lose when you have,
It's a card
free
you
rampant
draw.
growth. It's a card you... No, you'd never draw it, ever, because you'd always reveal it for free.
No, it's the card you draw, though, so it's not like you're gaining so much advantage. You're just ramping.
Yeah, but for no mana investment.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah, I know it is. I think it's very, very good. It's better than having 2 ramp spells.
It's better than having 2 pump spells.
Anyway, we'll talk about this pump spell.
Either way,
You
they
guys
made
tell
revenge.
us. You guys tell us if that card's broken or
You
not.
tell me. I think it's broken.
I think it is fair as a rare. That rhymed.
We're clever. Revenge of the Hunted is a card that I have. Somebody on Facebook was just like, you remember the day that, Evan Irwin said Revenge of the Hunted is not good and constructed. Is it good and constructed?
No.
I said it wasn't good and constructed. I was just like, I feel pretty safe about that. Like,
No.
even in Legacy, like, they're going to be Thunderous Wrathing long before they
No,
do
these
this
effects are insane and
crazy
limited.
stuff. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like forcing them all to block this one guy, and yeah, this is insane. This is such a good limited card. Not that great. I mean, it won't be played constructed.
Yeah, I mean, and even at
Do you know what
6 mana,
else costs 4 GG?
What costs 4 GG?
Primeval Titan. I'd much rather be casting Primeval Titan.
Then plus 6
Yeah.
lure.
Best fog ever.
Sheltering Ward is
Awesome.
Gains hexproof and
Yes.
gain life equal
Oh wait,
to
no,
its
it's
toughness.
this isn't the fog yet. We're getting to the fog.
No, I
Spoiler.
Sorry, but Sheltering Word is interesting.
Yeah, it's
And,
fine.
I mean, it's going to negate their removal spell. It's going to gain you some life.
Yeah, you can use it as a gain life spell when you need some life, and you
It
can
seems
use it as a
pretty
removal
marginal.
spell. Well, it depends. If you play against a removal heavy deck,
Mhm.
it could be pretty good. And then it also has implications where you can gain life. It's not a great limited card. I could see bringing it in, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Or
okay.
today.
It's just negate.
Yeah.
Snare the Skies. Your standard,
Yeah,
wee little
trick.
pump spell, wee little trick. Do they have it? Do they not? It's okay.
It's fine.
Somberwald Sage, I'm going to throw it now. It's a big sleeper.
Oh,
No
big
one's
sleeper.
talking about this card.
Big sleeper.
No one.
Yes,
And
this
I'm
card's
like-
insane. Turn 3 Titan. Have you guys ever
Turn 3
cast Turn
Titan?
3 Titan?
Turn 4
3
Elish Norn? Like, what?
I feel like this guy is. You're gonna play a couple of these in Frights. Because that deck's all the creatures are fragile anyways.
Yep.
But like you just slam this guy out there, and then all of your Unburial Rites targets come out on turn 3.
Yeah.
Like that deck's all about nut drawing, and the best nut draw it has is a turn 3 Infernal Titan.
Yep.
But now you have more ways to get to it. So this is going to be a Frights card. You have the natural curve of acceleration, and you have the mulch version to get to him. Like this card is going to help. Like this is. Oh my god, this card's going to be so good in Frights. It's unreal.
Ugh. This card's going to be amazing. So no one's talking about it. I think it's a huge sleeper. I would get your set immediately before they start showing up in top 8s.
Yeah.
Soul of the Harvest is a 6 mana 6/6 trampler.
It's the reverse.
And so when you're playing a dude, you're
yeah.
drawing a card. Non-token.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome.
6/6 trample guy. Yay! And limit is going to be totally
way better than when a creature dies, draw a card. Way better.
Well, it's nice that. Well, I mean, you can sort of control both triggers, but you sort of have more control over this one.
Yeah, because you get to combo off more with this one than the other one.
Yeah.
And that's what's the best part about it. You just get to keep cantripping off your guys. And Blinky Blink?
Whee!
Blinky Blink legendary guy? Or rare guy?
Wow, because it's not when you cast it; it's just when it enters the battlefield.
Well,
Wow,
that's
with all
because-
the blinkies and
Well, that's tokens. They're doing that with all the cards because of all the token generators.
yeah, that's fair. But like with all the blink in the blue and all the blink in white, like Soul of the Harvest is gonna get insane. So Terrifying Presence
This is the best fog ever.
prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by creatures other than that one.
Yes.
What?
Yeah. it's so good. Like you can blow this card is gonna blow so many people out in limited because they're like, well, like everyone knows there's gonna be fog in the set, but it's so hard to play around the fog because you still get to kill one of their guys and prevent all the damage.
That card is completely ridiculous and limited.
Yeah,
And
it's a
you're
very good limited
I
card.
mean, for just 2 mana.
You can attack with all of your guys, and if they just block wrong playing around a trick, you can just play this, eat their one guy, and say go.
Yeah, why not?
Like there's so many things you can do with that card.
God, it's unreal. So Timberland Guide, it's a 2 mana 1/1 that moves around a counter.
Bleh, next card.
It's
Boring.
cute. It's a bear.
It's Garrick punching Liliana. We gotta
It's
skip
Garrick
it.
punching Liliana, Triumph of Ferocity. Now, again, I gave a little bit of this in the show. I like this card. What do you think about it?
I like this card a lot. The black version, its counterpart.
Yep.
I don't like the discard aspect. We talked about that.
Right.
But the biggest thing is being green is where the monsters are at. That's
Yeah.
where the powerful big guys are.
Right.
Black doesn't have them.
Like
So-
green has all the acceleration.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're able to ramp up stuff, and then you're
And if-
able to get bonuses out
And
of
if
it.
you have the big guy, you're drawing an extra card every turn. That's huge.
I love and someone had brought up Dungrovelder, and like that makes
Yeah.
perfect sense to me. He's going to be huge anyway. He's probably going to be bigger than everything else anyway. And if you got one or two of this thing out, I mean, you're just drawing free cards off your hexproof guy who's
Yeah.
bigger than everything.
The only turn that you're probably not going to draw something against control is the turn they wrath you, and then you play one. You have a Llanowar Elf in play, and they don't have nothing. You draw a card.
Right, exactly.
It's insane.
So Trusted Force Mage is here, another Soulbond guy. This is the +1/+1 guy
For 3.
but I think he should have been 1 mana and it should have been a 1/1.
He-
It's fine that he's
No,
3 mana,
it's too.
2/2.
It'd be
He's
too
fine.
powerful, I think.
I think so, just for 1 mana +1/+1.
I like it like this way more because this is the curve, right? Like I like it being 3 mana because you can curve out like your 2-drop becomes a 3/3. This becomes a 3/3, and then in the other curve is like you play a 3/3 and you play the 4 mana, then that guy gets a big bonus and that gets a bonus. I like the curve of
I like the 3
there's-
and the 4-drop pump
yeah.
Soulbond guys.
Yeah.
I think that's a sweet curve. I think that's cool. I just, for what it's worth, I'm glad this guy exists. I just thought he was going to be a 1
I
mana
think
one.
1 mana for it might be too powerful because you play it on turn 1 and then you play like a 2-drop, and even if it can be any 2-drop, but you're gonna have a 2/2 and a 3/3 in play. Like I know Magic has changed a lot, but I used to play a lot of zoo decks, and like playing Isamaar into Watchwolf was a really good start, and you could just very easily get that in a mono green deck.
Yep, that's
I don't
fair.
like that.
Me, I like Fight Bear.
Fight Bear's insane.
Fight Bear is awesome!
Don't talk about Fight Bear. We can't talk about Fight Bear.
It's your first time on the battlefield.
You gotta fight Fight Bear, and you're probably gonna die. Then you can't fight anymore. Then you definitely don't talk about Fight Bear.
Oh. I think Dungrovelder and Uvenwald Tracker Fight Bear are going to be a pretty good pair.
Yeah, Fight Bear's gonna be. It's not even a bear. Like what do we call it?
I don't care. It's a Fight Bear. You see a
Fight
bear, he's
Bear.
fighting. He's Fight Bear. I don't care about that guy.
You have to be one awesome dude to be like, Bear, go fight for me. Just do it that way. Rip those
You-
people up.
kill that thing. Hey, Bear, go kill that ghost. Like, what?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's good.
He is
Limited
fan-
monster.
Limited freaking all-star.
All right. What's funnier than Kindercatch? Making a better Kindercatch. Like, how embarrassing is Kindercatch as a card when they just like, it was in limited yesterday, and they already printed a better version of this card.
Less colored mana and larger body.
Yeah, like, Why?
Vorst Claw. It's not the worst claw, it's the
it's
worst.
the worst claw. Because the worst claw is Kindercatch.
Oh, man. Wandering Wolf is your 2 mana 2/1, and creatures with power less than it can't block it.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's not
sweet.
going to be chunked by a 1 power guy.
Yeah, that's why I like this card a lot. This
Yeah.
card's very good.
Well, also, like, when you pump this guy up, you know,
with the commons and uncommons, then he just becomes unblockable. And
exactly.
that's really
So,
good.
I mean, it's sort of build your own Hellgeist,
Yeah.
as it were, which I am a fan of.
Sweet.
My number 1 sleeper of the set is Wild Defiance. I'm calling it right now. I actually think this card is incredible.
This is your favorite card?
Yep, I actually think it's nuts. I think now it is sort of the poster child for a do nothing enchantment, right? You play the enchantment, it does not affect the board, it doesn't do anything. But then you play something stupid like Artful Dodge and give +6/+6, and unblockability or whatever to something, or you have like an Invisible Stalker and you target it with anything random.
Your guys can never, ever, ever, ever die to burn spells.
Yeah, basically. I mean, there's that. I mean, so there's that one half of it, and the other half of it is like that's a huge upside for
Yeah,
a small
+3/+3.
investment. I mean, it takes two spells, and if either of those are pumping those creatures, it's ridiculous. Like all I'm saying is, I'm just think that this card looks bad, could be really good. I gotta
think of like just a combo-y Inkmoth Nexus deck. Like you just put this in your mono green deck,
Yeah.
and then your Inkmoths like just almost insta kill them.
Or just blue green, so you can Artful Dodge,
Blue
right?
green. I don't know if you need Artful Dodge.
I'm just trying to think of something small that's like tiny. You can flash it back. You can,
Why
you can target the guys.
Why can't we just?
Because you
no.
want to target the creatures.
Yeah, I agree. Why don't we just Geist Flame them? Because like we get to kill their Llanowar elves. We kill their Llanowar elves, and Geist Flame will never kill any of our guys.
Oh man, I'm actually. Well, what about the Wild Hunger? That's the flashback one, right?
Wild Hunger.
+3/+1 and trample and flashbacks.
That's a
for
lot of
red.
mana.
It's a lot. But no, I'm saying you run this out, and then next
Yeah.
turn you play that, and it's like
That's game, boys.
+6/+4. I mean, I'm just saying.
I would much
I
rather,
know it's ridiculous.
I would much
know
rather
it looks
use Geist
bad.
Flame as a Birds Killer and a Delver Killer, but as a pump spell. Like,
I
oh
agree.
man, he had Geist Flame to kill me. Like, he just shot you?
Yeah.
No, he pumped his Ink Bomb Nexus. What?
Again, I mean, if you're looking for Sleeper, Somber Wall Sage is probably better, but Wild Defiance, I think, is just one of those that, like, that's a heck of an upside.
Yeah, that's a very good upside. It's pretty sweet.
Wildwood Geist is a 5-mana 5/5 on your turn, 5-mana 3/3 on their turn.
It's cool.
I like that card a lot.
Yeah, it's scary.
I love the idea that, on different turns,
5/5 for
creatures are
5.
different things.
5/5 for 5 is insane.
Yeah.
All right. To, like, one of my favorite cards, too. This set is awesome. Wolfer Avenger is so above the power curve in this format. It's like, this guy is so good. He was like, nah, I don't even want to be on this world. He just, like, jumped into this set. I almost would bet that they stole this card from the next one of the future sets. It doesn't make any sense in this format.
It's just
at all.
that just, wow. Just
Yeah,
bounces in.
who was it? Dave Humphreys made this set. Dave's like, man, we need a good green creature. Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks.
Remake it.
Ding. Give me something else.
I'm almost sure. Like, this card is awesome. Like, having Flash means that it triggers all these Soul Bond. That is amazing.
Yep.
Regenerate. And my favorite thing about this card is that green needed another 3-drop. That was awesome. And Daybreak Ranger just wasn't cutting it.
Yeah.
Like, it needed another 3-drop to just, like, slam from acceleration. So this is exactly what it is.
I think it's fantastic, and I've ordered a copy for my cube. I'm going to give it a shot. I think, a Troll Ascetic is one thing, but like the ability to flash in Troll Ascetic,
Yeah.
that has regeneration, that has 3 power at the end of their turn is a good thing. I'm a big fan of it. I think Wolfear Silverheart may actually be better. He's just a straight up 5-mana 8/8.
Yeah, but we've had cards like this. 5 mana is a lot of mana.
Yep.
It's slow. It can still get killed by things. It can be out-tempoed by Vapor Snake, things like that. It does give a good boost to something else, but 5 mana...
I mean, I think the Birthing Pod decks are going to absolutely play one of these guys. Because you just, you pot him in, and your birds are now 4/5s. And
Like, I don't
rare.
actually like that, because if you have Birthing Pod, you have inevitability. So why are you pressured by putting things on? Why can't you just go get Acidic Slime or a Geist Hunter Monk?
Or maybe a Zealous...
Yeah,
One of those
conscription guy.
Yeah, Zealous Conscripts guys.
Yeah, conscripts. Like, I don't think you need this ability, especially since all you're going to do is want to go up the food chain next turn anyway, and then the ability's just gone.
Which makes sense. You don't actually... Well, I mean, and Zealous is sort of the same way, but I think I'd rather steal their Planeswalker or their huge monster or
Exactly,
whatever
yeah.
versus that.
I feel like you were just sitting in a magical Christmas line. I just stepped all over it.
Well, maybe. I like to drive up, like, hey, guys, what's going on?
And they're like
channel fireballs over here.
And then there's just like a thing on the window that you drive and be like, oh, Brad's here.
Brad's like, you get out of here. And I'm like,
I have a stick and I'm hitting you in the back. Get out of here.
So, You Spirit is a 5-mana 3/3.
Me Spirit.
You Spirit.
Me Spirit?
You Spirit.
Okay.
Okay. Where you can pump it. It has the Chameleon Colossus ability,
Yeah.
as it were, right?
This guy's cool, and the art's like really trippy.
And it's a spirit tree folk. Like,
Yeah.
what? It's a ghost tree.
Yeah, it is. That's weird. It's a cool tree. Ghost tree. Zombie tree.
Look, it's all weird and wavy and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, weird and wavy. Freaky ghost tree. And how good is it in limited? I absolutely think this is playable.
This is very playable in limited because like once you have 8 mana, it's huge. It's a very boring card though. Like after you look at it, like you're like, yeah, this is awesome, but that's all it is.
Well, I mean, you're able to sort of do, you always do the math. They're going to attack into
Yeah.
it, or you're going to attack into it, and you're going to know how big they can make it. So it's not exciting per se, but it's there. So Bruna, Light of Alabaster, also called Bruna Wall of Text.
Not a green card anymore.
No longer green. Instead, all the enchantments come to Bruna. All the enchantments.
Oof, this card's awesome.
It's going to be ridiculous and limited. Ridiculous. Do you think it's actually being constructed?
I don't think it'll be in standard, but I think isn't this just like all I see with this card is just an EDH all-star.
Yeah, and that's why they're made. I think all 3
Yeah.
angels. I think Sigarda is supposed to be the standard one, but all 3 are supposed to be really sick in EDH.
This card
and
seems
they are.
good in EDH. I don't even know what to say about it after that. Like EDH, that's all I got.
EDH.
Yeah.
Gisela, Blade
Dude,
of...
I haven't seen that art yet.
Yeah, it's amazing. Gisela, Blade of Good Night. I'm sorry. Gold Knight.
Gold Knight.
Good night, Gisela.
Golden Eye.
It's Goldeneye, it's Good Night, it's whatever. She's 7 mana.
How can you put this much awesome combat stuff on one card? Like, it's 7 mana, but it has 10 power, and it has
Furnace of Wrath?
and it has 10 toughness.
Jeez.
Unless it's being dismembered.
Right. So
Like-
it's Furnace of Wrath, and it's taking half the damage
Yes,
away. and
it is like this close to being good,
so
but it's
close.
just not there.
It's so close. It's just in the wrong colors and stuff for standard. but
Well, no,
it's-
I mean, I'm gonna barrel rights it every time. But
Well, I mean,
don't care.
Mana
if
cost.
If it costs 7 or more mana, it's just coming back with rights. I'm not casting that. That's a spew.
It's just what we do.
Yeah.
Now, Sigarda, from the day I saw this girl, I was like, wow. You know what's funny? The instant I saw Sigarda spoiled in the PAX panel,
Yeah.
I was like, so they're reprinting Barter and Blood. That was my first thought. I was like, because this card makes Barter and Blood not that great. And
Yeah.
like, this is what happens. I swear. I don't know why I went there, but I went there.
Yeah.
And what do you think about this girl?
This card's amazing. You can't sacrifice it. You can't deal any damage to it. You just have to wrath it and combat damage. That's it. And it's just very, very, very good.
Card scares me to death.
Accelerate into this. Like, the only real way to interact with it is Day Judgment or Lingering Souls. It's very powerful.
Put a sword on this girl.
She already has something. She's already got
Just gonna
equipped.
Skype rip her face off with. Here, have this sword. So Angel's Tomb. I like Angel's Tomb.
I don't like Glenn.
Even in like limited, you don't like it?
No, well, definitely not unlimited. It's a definite build around because you have to have the creatures, and it's not Glinthawk Idol. You can't tap for a white to animate it, so it's very restrictive. It can never be defensive. It always has to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Very bad. Do not play with this card.
I wanted it to be good though. I wanted it because it was so close to Glinthawk. It was like a really sweet Glinthawk.
Yeah, it's a fixed Glinthawk when Glinthawk wasn't even that broken.
No, not broken by any chance. Angelic Armaments is good old build an angel.
Yeah.
For 7 mana, you too can be an angel.
I love this. Like, just think of like the guy that just looks up like, he's like, oh, I can be an angel, and he just puts it on, he starts flying, doesn't know what he's doing, just dies right away. Somebody else is like, angel.
I found this thing. Let's put it on, and
Yeah.
and it like runs into the wall and just falls.
Like it's such a like just sitting there like
Oh, just hanging out. Just pick it up and just go.
it's like a do not push button, you know.
So
You just gotta put it on.
bladed bracers is just like this very marginal equipment.
Yeah, it's very marginal. It seems like Avacyn's Collar, but worse.
Yeah,
Like the exact same
big
thing.
time.
Like that card costs 2 and 1 to equip. This costs 1 and 2, or I think they had the same casting cost or mana cost too. Yeah, they had the same mana cost, and they gave vigilance for humans, but angels get vigilance too, and that gave +1/+0. But that made you a spirit, and this doesn't. Bleh.
Bah. I've already stopped listening. Conjurer's Closet is 5 mana, blink things.
You know what's the sweetest thing about this?
Huntmaster? I don't know.
No,
Whoop.
off topic.
Oh, here we go.
Off topic. Sorry, guys.
Oh, just a moment.
All right,
It's
all
cool. You've been with us all week. It's fun.
Yeah. You've been here all night, so 2 more minutes won't be bad.
okay.
So Jerry and I could not say Cavern of Souls. We kept saying Caravan of Souls. Our entire video. Could not.
Really?
I just could not get it out. Just Caravan of Souls. Kept saying it, and Jesse put it in as bloopers at the end of one of our videos. So someone actually made me a Caravan of Souls. And it had this ability on it
Oh,
before
wow.
this got spoiled.
Nice.
So it blinked itself out, and every time it blinked, it made a 1/1 token.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. So then I saw this card, I'm like, man, I love that guy even more that made that card.
So Conjurer's Closet, I mean, I think in the EDH realm, I think they're going to love this card. I think this is a card that you can just like let sit there and just get all this cool advantage out of,
yeah.
and all these cool effects that happen. And you know, that's neat. I think they priced it high enough at 5 that it's not going to be hitting standard or any other constructed format. But it's just sort of, I'm glad it exists.
Oh, this card is awesome. I think this is going to be a great card for each, just like you said. And fun casual formats, this is just an all-star. Like, the only thing I want to do with this, I want to just like Revel Arc everyone.
Revelark, all the things.
Yeah.
So Gallows at Willow Hill is one of the coolest cards, I think, in the set. It's not powerful, super powerful. It's just cool. Look at that art.
I
Look
think-
at that flavor.
I think this card could see sideboards, actually.
Yeah.
In like green or like humans versus creature matchups. It's just this thing on the board that can always just constantly kill creatures.
It's possible. I think the problem is that, like, you sort of invest 6 mana and 3 tapped creatures to kill the thing, and then give them a creature to boot.
Yeah, but
I mean, and if you can do it instant
now we're in
speed-
my Magic
There we
Christmas
go.
land.
There we go. You like that? You like when I'm in the cafe? Can you tell that? All right. So I just think the art's fantastic. I
Yeah.
just think it just oozes flavor, and it is brilliant. This is one of those cards that I want them to make more cards like this.
The art's great, but it's not a fantastic art. It's gruesome and dark. It's 3 guys hanging a guy, and then he turns into a spirit and tries to attack him because they killed him.
That's awesome!
it's great.
How is that not awesome? But everything you described is exactly what this card does. All in flavor and mechanics and art and name.
It's the Lannisters killing Stark all over again. That's all it feels like.
It's fantastic. Haunted Guardian, 2/1 Defender, first strike for 2.
All right, what's the next card? Moon Silver Spear.
Such Moon Silver Spears. This card is the pre-release promo.
Yeah, this card's awesome.
This card is cool.
Takes a lot of mana to invest into it, but once you start making angels, like
Because you only have to attack.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
just
not
get
like
an
the
angel.
it's not like the angel is like coming in and attacking and leaves like Geist. It's staying there.
Yeah,
You
and
just have a 4/4.
giving a creature first strike's not a bad ability. Like
Yeah. I mean,
It's-
yes.
you're only using this card to make angels. That's all you're using this card.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
You can sacrifice some random guy just to make an angel. It's
but
fine.
if you have, you are investing 8 mana for a 4/4 and all this stuff. But like the fact is that if
It's
you
constant.
It's every turn. It's equip this thing, and I hope you got something because it's just nonstop.
Yeah.
You think it's actually going to hit standard though?
No.
I think
What?
it's infinite mana. It's just infinite.
You know what you can do for 8 mana?
A lot more. than
Nothing,
this.
because you're gonna die before that.
Well, I mean, it's 4 and 4, but come on. it's not good. Okay. Narstad? Really?
I don't get it.
Narstad. I don't get it either, so I'm
Narstad?
going Narstad? Narstad Scrapper. He's a 5 mana 3/3 with pseudo fire breathing.
Sure. I'll buy it. I'll probably play it every once in a while.
I mean, if you need 5 drops,
He's fine.
there's worse things you can do.
Probably not.
Otherworld Atlas I thought it was interesting because, at Star City, we put up the cards as they're revealed so we can pre-order them or sell them for pre-orders and stuff. And we put up foils, and Otherworld Atlas was gone. And then we put up some more, and they were gone. And I was like,
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, yeah, like EDH All-Star. Like,
It is pretty sweet.
yeah, I mean, like in EDH, it's fun and everybody's drawing cards and you want to help everybody out, and that's the type of thing that this card does. Is you just keep adding sort of counters, and then you proliferate and add some counters, and then everybody's drawing cards, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
And so in that format, I think these are the types of cards that you want to hoard the foils on, because I think a year or two from now they're going to be worth a whole bunch because people like these effects.
Yeah, no, this is a great card for EDH. I mean, I always look at these cards and I'm like, owling mine, but like, there's nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good and constructed.
Unfortunately. So next we have the scrolls. This one we have the scroll of Avacyn, which is 1 mana, 1 sack, draw a card. If you have an angel, gain 5. The
I
other,
like elixirs better.
yeah, the other is the scroll, where if you have a demon, they lose 3.
Okay.
So like this is not constructed
Third one that
playable,
discards a card.
but it's nice that that's actually instant speed for Scroll Gristlebrand.
Yeah.
I was a little impressed that they didn't actually put the clause, play at sorcery speed.
Every once in a while, they give you the discard during their turn.
Right. I mean, the fact that it's colorless discard, so any color can play it. It's not like, black, sacrifice it, and they discard a card. It just any color can, when you're in top deck mode, just screw you out of a possible win.
But you should never have that in your deck. It's not good, guys.
It's not that good, though. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I was just impressed they gave it instant speed. Tormentor's Trident.
Kind of cool.
Rawr.
Yeah, I like that card. Like
Me too.
the attacks of each turn of Able is not really a downside when you get to equip it.
Yeah.
So I think the card's pretty sweet.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Vanguard Shield is, another one of those, like, pumps the toughness, lets them block more creatures.
Very boring Magic
You paid
card.
5 mana to give him +0/+3 and block an extra creature. Vessel of Endless Rest, okay? 3 mana, like mana rock.
Yeah, it's a Manolith, but it's just like giving it the ability to remove a card just doesn't make any sense. Like,
It's so
where's
random.
the flavor for that? Like,
so
it adds mana, but I just get to nuke this card in a graveyard for no reason. They just wanted to give this effect to help out like block Reanimator. Like, they wanted to give every color the ability to like nuke a Reanimator spell.
Yeah.
But it just like what?
I mean, I think the way that it's sold and the way that the flavor of this card actually sort of feels, the vessel of Endless Rest is where like a creature goes. Like, I would expect you to put a creature from a graveyard on the bottom of the Summer's Library. And that's, this place of Endless Rest. That's where it stays. But you don't put sorceries under Endless Rest. Like, what? It's fine, whatever. Alchemist Refuge, the first of our awesome rare lands. What do you think about this guy?
So in Magical Christmas Land,
here we go. I'm there often. How you doing? Can I be the mayor?
You can, yes.
No, you're the mayor.
You're the mayor. You're
leading down the parade down the street. And there's always insane plays behind me.
I think you have like no one that lives there, so you're also the only tenant and everything. I'm sorry. No, people like that. Don't come back to me. Come back.
Okay.
Wake up.
What? Man, the big top hat. Like, come on, guys, let's make it happen.
Week of this, you get a little restless.
Woo! Alchemist Refuge. Hello.
It just the cost of it doesn't make any sense, because why do you need these things to happen at flash speed when there's no counter magic? You're not trying to beat counter magic, and you can make like tricks to like flashing in like a Wrath seems kind of cool, but I don't really know how much. Like,
you ever flashed in a Planeswalker? Feels good, man.
Does it? Have you ever flashed one?
No, but it does. I don't care. I still want to flash in a Planeswalker.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I didn't even think of that. That seems cool.
I want to flash in a Sword of War and Peace. Like, I want to do things that.
It's just like the investment is 3 extra mana to do this. I don't really know if that's good.
Right.
Because that means you have to have 8 mana.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 6 with like a Liliana, but then that's green, blue, black, and then like if it's 7 or 8 with Garrick or Tamio or whatever it is, like.
Yeah, it's not.
Not terrific.
No.
Okay, fine. How about Unlimited? Is this any good in Limited?
No.
Is this any good in Cube?
No.
Cavern of Souls.
No. Don't print it. It's too good.
Oh my God. Does Wizards, is it time for counter magic to leave Magic?
I guess so.
I think we're actually entering a realm in which they, counter magic is just going to be this very fringe, very expensive. It's going to become just like Stone Rain.
So
they don't really print them anymore, and no one cares.
I saw this card when I was at home, the first time I saw it, and like when a kid little has a temper tantrum, I was just like kicking the ground, like, God, Wizard just put Cascade on every card and make us never win anymore.
Like your hands in your pocket, kicking the dirt.
Just mad. Just like, this card is so good.
Crap.
It neuters counter magic. It fixes creature decks. Like, I agree. Like, the one thing that Wizards and none of us actually knew is when they made Scars of Mirrodin dual lands, they were like, man, this is going to help aggro decks out. Mm-hmm. Like, they get new dual lands. And everyone's like, no, the blue ones are just the best. By far.
Yob. And so then they added like the 6 words on the end of this card that was so unnecessary. I couldn't believe it. I can't understand it. And then the problem I think with the Wizards is that they have themselves in these positions where the community is just like super analytical and super smart, and so they try to give explanations, and then the community is just like pow 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 pow, just shooting holes in it, and it's like, we made this because Snapcaster and Mana Leak, and it's just like, well, Snapcaster doesn't flashback Mana Leak that often.
Never.
Not really. And so, have you met Delver?
Have you seen any of the new versions of Delver? Most, we ran 2 last week. My version with 4 swords only runs 3 now. Mana Leak's not even that good of a card.
Right. It's losing value.
You know what it does?
I run a Vapor Snag.
You know what it does? It protects all of us from Titans. That's what the card does.
It put the fence up around Standard and said, Titans,
this is actually
other side.
Delver makes it happy. It's a happy time for Magic. We're going to take Delver out. No, Delver's going to lose a little bit of value. Titans are going to walk back in and step on everyone.
I mean, I thought the Valakut metagame was pretty miserable, honestly.
Well, it's not as bad as that.
You're not going to have that, but I think you are going to have my Sun Titan is going to resolve, which is going to do all these dumb things.
Sun Titan is just bad. You're going to see a couple months where these are just what we do in Magic. And M12 doesn't even rotate with when M13 comes in. So we're going to have a Titan summer. Get ready, guys. Buckle up, because Sun Titan and Primeval Titan are going to rule Standard.
They're not going anywhere.
No.
And people are not going to stop playing them, and they give them a land that is so ridiculous to name Giant with almost every time. It is insane.
Yeah.
And Legacy, Your Stoneforge Mystic's resolving, buddy. Guaranteed.
And
guaranteed.
The sick thing about this card is you don't even have to play this card to have it impact the format.
Right.
People are just
This
gonna
kills
be
Mana
too
Leak
scared.
just
Yeah.
because it exists.
Yes. So you're not even like.
So you don't even need to
My,
get some
no,
people just not
my
gonna play
Sun Titan
Mana Leaks.
decks that I'm building don't even have this card, but like they're benefited by this card.
Yeah. The fact that it exists makes it awesome. So what about that loot house?
It's cool.
Loot.
Loot.
I think everyone was like, "This is the
Ooh,
coolest
I
land."
should put one of these in my deck. I
Yeah,
forgot
you
this
should.
existed.
Oh, this card's fantastic. I mean, like, but you know, I think Cavern of Souls has just been like so ridiculously, overpowered in terms of people's attention. Desolate Lighthouse, I don't think gets the respect it deserves. I think this
It's
card's
a
sweet.
lot of mana.
It's it's into your turn. Tap 4 lands.
And I actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I can put that in 5-color control deck.
well, you got 5 colors you need to be
Yeah.
fixing.
But no, it's a very good land.
In the red blue decks, I mean, probably 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, and could be your subtle enabler for Noxious Revival.
Possibly. I want Desolate Lighthouse to be better than it is. Like I think
Yeah,
it's the loot land. It's supposed to be totally
The
sweet.
thing is that lands like this are designed to break control mirrors.
Yeah.
But I would just rather draw and route my opponent than draw and discard.
I agree. But ultimately, I'm glad it exists. I think it's a really cool land.
Yeah, it's great.
So we have Seraph Sanctuary up next, which is the Angel Land, as they call it.
Infinite combo with 2 of the angels, the 3/4 flashes, and a Fiend Hunter. Gain a bunch of life.
Okay. That's cute. So infinite life in standard does exist if you have 4 different cards at one time and they didn't do anything to them.
Yes.
Awesome. The last card in the set we spoke about.
Oh my
all
God!
of them. Every one. 229 cards, man. Slayer's Stronghold.
So-
I think this card is sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Giving any creature haste, like I've always wanted a land to be able to give a Titan haste.
Yeah.
I just wanted that to happen in standard, and it's finally here. I know it's red and white, but it can happen, man.
It can work. I mean,
Yeah.
I just like it makes all of the low mana stuff you draw late good. It makes
Yes.
all of the creatures you just have out, and you're just like untap and draw a land, like whatever. I'm just going to pump this thing. and
Ignore the haste.
get
The
you.
haste is just a bonus. You're not going to activate this card
That
until
often.
combat. Like
Yeah.
once they block, you get to like poke things or deal them damage or trade up or
Yeah.
like this card is pretty sweet. And red white decks do have some mana issue problems, but then they got Cavern of Souls, so now they have 8 mana fixers, and
Wait,
you
but
can.
Matt Cavern of Souls doesn't power this up.
Well, that's fine, but okay, so I'm saying like this can sit and play and not cast your spells or not activate, but at least you have enough lands to cast your spells. That's
Right.
the downside.
You got to be able to you got to be able to get your threats out.
Yeah.
And then you can make them cool later.
Yeah.
But I think Slayer's Stronghold is great. I'm excited to try this out in the cube. I'm excited to see like the red white aggro decks in standard. I'm ready to see Boros rise again.
Yep.
And then Boros come back this fall.
Yeah.
Return to Ravnica, where you'll see me and Brad.
Oh my God, dual
Talk
lands.
about the set again.
Come on, Shocklands.
Oh, that's M13.
Come on.
That's M13. Come on. Woo. So, ladies and gentlemen,
That is your entire
Avacyn Restored. Woo.
It's all of them.
Card. All of them. We talked about all of them.
Every single one.
Man, and you
We did
guys
not
were
miss
here
one.
for the entire ride.
Okay, now I just want you to go change your pee bucket.
Pea bucket.
Pee bucket. Just take it, dump it out, and I'm glad you guys came and hung out with us.
All right.
Tap the cards so you don't have to.
I always like the fatties.